Hey there, sister. Aren't you just loving this time management summit? Hey, I'm so glad you tuned in to hear my secret plans method to actually get stuff done and avoid those time robbers that create those sinkholes and rabbit trails in our day. Speaking of that, I just got a text message. Let me see. Let me check this. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I'm back. Oh, wait. Oh, I just got an email notification. Maybe it's Marnie. Let me look. Oh no, it's just spam. Maybe I should buy another bag of that coffee. Oh, okay, back to our talk. Now where were we? Really? Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay. Well, I hope that you know that I was doing all of that on purpose. Has anyone ever feel overwhelmed by all those distractions, just like these? If that's you, put a number 1 in the chat. Well, ladies, you're not alone. And I am super, super excited to be able to be here with you today and to arm you with some tools that I've learned and I hope will help you disarm those time robbers so that you can give yourself a gold star at the end of your week. And if we haven't met yet, I am Linette Rainville. I am a Buffalo, New York girl who, yes, has survived a few feet of snow and lived to tell about it. I serve as the founder and chief encouragement officer at Daughters United. So I am a mission builder coach who loves to help people to take their idea from their mustard seed dream and actually carve out a blueprint and a plan for their project, their ministry, or business. So let's do it. Let's talk about distractions. Okay, there you are. Everything is calm and cozy, and you're finally getting in that zone. And bam, what happens? Yep, whoop, there goes another rubber tree plant. I'm sorry if you get that song stuck in your head. The dings, the beeps, the notifications, the doorbell start coming at you, what? In avalanche form. So in order to actually get stuff done, we must learn to gain some perspective and gather some tools in order to avoid these time robbers. So let me go further into saying, what is a sinkhole? Okay, a sinkhole is more of an emotional distraction where, you pick up, you read that text or that email or that post, and it leads you down an emotional trail. It can lead to a deep pit of non-productive emotions. And emotional messages actually use a different part of your brain. So I would encourage you to leave those alone until you are in a good time and space to manage them in a healthy way. Okay, rabbit trails. You probably have already guessed what these are. You're working online, you're in the zone, you're creating social media content, or you're writing your book or something that you're really engaged in. And then the social media comes up and there she is, that adorable baby picture from your long lost friend's first grandbaby. Okay. And then you're on there and it leads to a reel of funny mishaps. And then you get a pop-up of this great training that could actually help your ministry, your business, or your personal growth. And there you are, hop, 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 down the bunny trail you go. And now you've just spent an hour, right, watching, laughing, and considering to buy another training that will sit in your virtual to-do box for God knows how long, right? So is anybody else guilty? Put me too in the chat if you can relate. Who else besides me can use some tools to help them to boss their day instead of their day bossing you? Okay, great. Right. So here's the secret method God has given me, and it's called B.O.S.S plans. This is the method to get the best outcomes, strategy, and success. Okay, that's B.O.S.S. Is for us to make a plan, and a plan that includes Okay, here we go. Pray, listen, action steps, no more detours, and schedule. So before we unpack this list, I want to share a riddle with you. What is one thing that you can never make more of once you spend it? It is, yes, you're right, time. Time. So let's jump in and unpack this B.O.S.S plan. Okay, P is for prayer. Prayer is the first place we need to go. And many of us understand about giving God the first part of our income, but he also wants the first part of our time. That time is special to us and to him, and he actually longs to spend time with us. Giving God the first part of our day, the first part of our week, and the first part of our month helps to keep us close to hear his heart and to hear his plan. This leads me now to listen, right? Listen is the second letter in plan. So we need to listen. This is the principle of drawing back. And just like a bow and arrow, right? We need to draw back before we launch forward. Now, in the natural, it may seem counterproductive because we're not actually doing anything yet. And we live in a world of doers, right? And I talk a lot about doing, but it's in this place first that we must what? Fix our crosshairs. We fix our focus and get that strategic download from God. It's actually in this space that God may bring a person to your heart. He may paint an image in your mind. He may give you a specific task or even give you a whole entire outline. I love this when this happens for a project or for our next steps. Well, and when we listen for what God is saying, it's his wisdom that will help us to avoid going down some of those rabbit trails we're tempted to take. Okay, now A, action steps. This is the third one. When we decide to take action, we put feet on those things. We put feet on that decision that we know we're supposed to do. And here's where we actually make a list and we make those things a priority. And what I love to share here is the concept God gave me a while back called the holy no. You heard me right, the holy no. This, my friend, is a game changer. Remember when we were kids and we played Monopoly, and when you would get stuck in jail, how valuable that get out of jail free card was? Well, God has given us one too, and it is called the holy no. With every no we say, what does it do? It makes our yeses all the more stronger, right? When we are able to stay focused and disciplined on task, we are using the power of the holy no. Again, time is one thing that is easily spent and the thing we can never make more of. But when we invest our time wisely, it will create huge dividends. Okay, the next one is N, no more detours. Right now, I'm reading Carolyn Leaf's book, Who Switched Off My Brain? And she actually talks about these neuron pathways that we form when we are thinking about something. And our thoughts actually create these little trees that grow and they take shape neurologically so that when we say that we're in the zone, it is a real thing. When we get off tangent, right, it is like jumping trees or jumping off track. Like if a doorbell rings and I'm shifted, it's literally like shifting and jumping track. And it's much more difficult to get back to where we were. So now is where I like to get really practical, ladies, and where discipline kicks in. You heard me right, discipline. When you were in school, did anyone else love to see that gold star on their report card for good behavior? Well, I hope these practical tips I'm about to share will really help you to get gold stars in your day and in your week. Okay, number one, Use your holy no card. If it doesn't fit into your focus project, just say it, honey. Just say it. Just say no. We need to learn and practice saying that. We have to filter that through the Father filter. And then number 2, did you know that you already have a personal secretary? Yeah, you do. She's called voicemail. Use it. Let the message go to save. And I want to tell you a little secret. This can be super helpful because it can capture emails, dates, and phone numbers that you can refer to at a later date. So don't get frazzled about that and use it to your advantage. Yes? Okay, number 3, time block. Time block your day. So right now I'm in physical therapy, and I noticed that if I make my appointments a little later in the day, I can create 3 to 4 hours of a window where I can get a lot accomplished and stay in the zone rather than having an hour here or an hour there and breaking it all up. So I call that, time blocking or chunking out your day, and chunk your day out into tasks that make sense and that go together. You're going to get a lot more accomplished. Okay, this will help you totally stay in the zone. Number 4, keep a reminder journal near you at all times, okay? Especially when you're right in the zone and you're working, and write today's date on the top of it. And what you want to do is just keep it handy for when those thoughts pop in your head, like, oh, I need milk. Oh, I need to make that doctor's appointment. Instead of having to run away and go do that, you can just jot it down. And when you take a break, okay, then you can handle those things. Okay, stay on topic. 5, shut alerts off. Any unnecessary alerts need to be turned off, especially during your focused work time. And then number 6 is turn focus on your phone. I don't know if you know this, but if you have an iPhone, you can swipe down this way if you have a newer one, and there is a little thing here that says focus. So you hit it and you can just put that button on, and it will, guess what it'll do? It will stop all of your phone calls and send them to voicemail. Again, she is your personal secretary, right? Number 7, check your email in bulk. Yes, if you keep checking it 10, 20 times a day, you are setting yourself up for a lot of distraction, okay? So set a time once or maybe twice a day where you're checking your email, okay? And take care of those simple things right away. But if it's more involved, flag it, and then make a memo in your handy dandy reminder book here, and put the date, the email date, the name of the person, and if there's a due date for something you need to do, then write that down as well. Okay, so number 8 is social media. Have a set time a day and a set length of time that you check and post, okay? So, if you start at, 9 a.m., you're going to try to finish around 10 a.m. Let's say you're giving yourself an hour to do that, to make your post, to check, to be very intentional with that time, right? Number 9 is closely related. I call this slow the scroll, slow the scroll. If you're going to scroll on social media, I just challenge you to invest it instead of spend it, okay? Invest that time with people that are closest to you and with those whom you are building relationships with. Invest in relationships that matter. Number 10, lastly, are you ready for it? Self-care. You heard me. I know this is a whole nother conversation, but self-care. If we are dragging our bodies around, we are exhausted, we have not eaten a decent meal in days, we will not be good to show up for our focus assignment. We won't. So we need to what? Drink more water, eat better, life-giving food. And I'm sorry to tell you, but donuts do not qualify for life-giving food. We also need to move our bodies. I started doing these stretches like every morning, and man, have they made a difference. And this is huge too. We need to sleep. We need to set a better sleep schedule and try to get at least 7 to 8 hours. Okay, I'm down to S is schedule. Our schedule, now I'm moving to plans. Now this is the S in plans. Schedule is the heartbeat of being able to boss our day. This is where we take all the things that we just spoke about, and now we make it a priority in our life. And when we start to carve out our schedules, we need to already know what our bucket list will be so that we can make what a realistic, livable, breathable, yes, plan of the day and goals of the week. And then what I do is I keep that list going. Whatever I didn't get accomplished today, I don't need to stress. It just moves to the top of the list tomorrow. Yeah, so that is how I keep the ball rolling. And this is how you start with the end in mind, okay? Again, what do you want your week to look like? And build it backwards. So my sister, in summary, I just want to encourage you to be the boss of your day. And we can do that when we create an environment for the best outcomes, strategy, and success, and create a plan, okay? A plan that includes prayer, seeking God first, listening for his direction. And when we know that he's calling us to take, we take those action steps that he's showing us, and we become disciplined so we can say no to the detours. And finally, be diligent to plan our schedule. And guess what? If we don't fill our schedule intentionally, and we all know this, it will fill in naturally, right? So if this training has helped you, I'd really love to know one tip that you will put to use this week. And I have a free ebook waiting for you over at my website at LinetteRainville.com. And it's called Stop Dreaming, Start Doing. And it gives you my proven 7-step process to finally develop and deploy that dream, that calling, or that assignment that God has given you to build. So in the meantime, precious sister, I will be praying for you to start bossing your day instead of your day bossing you. Keep shining, my friend, because God needs your light in the world. Take care. I will see you soon.